What's up, YouTube? Haven't gone live on YouTube in a long time, actually. Very long time. Maybe it's been over a month since I've gone live over here. I've gone live over on TikTok. Been concentrating more energy over there, trying to get some juice over there. I thought coming on at this time of the day would probably get more viewers, but doesn't seem like anybody's around. So maybe I'll try and come on later on. And while I'm here, and because this video will be published, I just wanted to say that everything is locked and loaded for the webinar tomorrow. Filled to capacity. Got lots of people coming. Lots of people sent the donation gifts. I appreciate that. Going to get at least 2 solid hours of correct sentence structure, communication, parse, syntax, grammar, knowledge. It's going to be a classroom setting. I got a pretty cool setup. I'm going to be able to use a dry erase board and everything. Is just like if you would be sitting right in front of me in a classroom. Just like it. It's not going to be one of those webinars where someone's like screen sharing and all that. It's going to be different. And it's going to be cool. So that's all ready to go tomorrow at 1400 hours. It's locked in. Friends and neighbors, I have been marketing and advertising this webinar for well over a month. So I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. Filled to capacity, a bunch of enthusiastic, motivated people that want to learn. And for all intents and purposes, it looks like it's gonna go off great. I'm gonna record it and probably make it available down the road for those that want to watch it for a donation gift for the value. And then I'll probably do another webinar maybe next month. And if I can prove, that this is a worthwhile thing to do, value-wise, for me, putting all the time and energy into putting it together, going through all the emails, emailing people back and forth, because that stuff takes time. And on top of that, I'm doing workshops and consultations on the side, plus living life itself. It's not the easiest thing to do, being a one-man show. And create YouTube content as well. So anyhow, tomorrow, if any of you are listening who are going to attend the webinar, who have signed up, who have your quote-unquote tickets, I will be sending out the confidential link about an hour before the scheduled time. So be on the lookout for that email. The link will come in an email, in a confidential email, and then you can go ahead and log on as soon as you get it. I'll probably try and come on about 20 minutes ahead of time. And make sure to, if you know how to do it, on Zoom, when you create your Zoom profile, make sure you use your correct name. So that when I log on and I see you on there, I can see who you are. I can see your name. It's not a nom de guerre, it's not some goofy username. Make sure it's the name that you contracted with me. The name you use to contract with me, your correct name. Make sure you use that. As far as Zoom goes, you can change your username every day if you want to. It's not a big deal. I just ask that you do it for this webinar so there's no confusion. You know who I am, I just ask the same of you. But just make things go smoother so I don't have to go around and say, how are you? You know, if you have a username like the Cosmic Overlord, I don't have to go, Cosmic Overlord, is that you, John Doe? Is that you, John Doe, is that you? You know, that way I know, because you have it in there already. I ask that of you. Appreciate it. Hello, Galaxy 13 user, whoever you are. Howdy. What else was I going to say? Oh, yes, you know, those individuals out there who have contacted me and applied for workshops and have contracts and things like that, I'll be taking care of you, not this week, but probably the coming week. I will then start scheduling everybody, because I have been just concentrating on this webinar for the last few days, because it is a lot of work. I don't know how many of you have done a correct sentence structure, communication, parsing, syntax, grammar seminar, but it's all new to me. I've done like little ones before where I've come on as a guest with groups of like 30, 40, 50 people, and I've spoken for like 30 minutes to 60 minutes. I've done things like that, but I've never done one where it's just me by myself speaking to a group of people about correct sentence structure. So it should be fun. Of course, I've done my homework, I've done my practice runs, see what works, see what doesn't work. I mean, that's what masters do, that's what professionals do. They don't go about things half-assed. They don't just wing it. Of course, friends and neighbors, if you're on this live stream, if you have any correct sentence structure questions, feel free to pop them in the chat. I think I'm going to do I'm with the volition, I'm with the vision of doing another psyche video where I talk about the fiction mentality that people have, or some people have, where they're constantly thinking about getting out of things. They want to get out of something. Can I get out of this speeding ticket? Can I get out of this toll road ticket? Can I get out of this DUI? How do I get out of this mortgage? That, friends and neighbors, is incorrect psychology. Because if you're going into something thinking about it from the angle that you're trying to get out of something, then you are implying that you are guilty of something. And you don't want to pay the piper. It's basically admitting you did something wrong and you're trying to get away with it. That's what getting out of it implies. And that's why it's incorrect psychology. And that's why correct sentence structure will not work for someone who thinks along those psychological lines. At least I've never known it to work for someone who thinks like that. It just causes more problems and more chaos. The correct psychology would be to look at the scenario, and I'll go into this in the video that I'm thinking about making. I'll go into it in more detail, but I'll just touch on it here. You look at a scenario. Say you get a speeding ticket. Say you're going 75 miles per hour in a 35 mile per hour zone. That is a public safety hazard. That is not something the correct sentence structure will help you with, because you are wrong. You're the one who's being criminal, so to speak, in that scenario. Now, if you're driving in a 35 mile per hour zone and you're going, say, 40 miles per hour or 39 miles per hour, now, reasonably, it's like, well, if you get a ticket for that, well, it's not really, you see, there's leeway there. You're not really creating a public safety hazard any more than driving 35 miles per hour is, going 40 miles per hour. Whatever you think in your head is reasonable. 75 miles per hour is not reasonable. Or if you're driving in a residential area, this would probably be a better analogy. You're driving in a residential area where the speed limit is 25 miles per hour. It might go 30, but no, I don't think that's my position. That's not cool, because you have children, you have dogs, you have animals, people. 25 is the limit. There's a reason why it's called speed limit, meaning you're not supposed to go any faster than 25 for public safety. Have you ever been hit by a car going 25 miles per hour? I have. It didn't kill me, but it didn't feel very good either. One of my home companions, dog, got hit by a car that was going 25 miles per hour. $5,000 later, she's still alive. But when I took her to the hospital and she was bloody and broken, they said she had a 50-50 chance of surviving. 25 miles per hour. Now just imagine if that individual would have been going 30 or 35. Who's in the wrong? If you're in a residential area, 25 miles per hour, and you're going 50. I think if someone wrote me an email and said, Jason, could you help me, quote unquote, get out of this speeding ticket? I was going 50 miles an hour in a 25 miles per hour zone. I would probably ask them where they live just so I could go over to their house and slap them across the face. You have to be within reason, folks. Like someone said to me, can you help me get out of this DUI? And I asked them, were you drinking and driving? I never heard from them again. If you're drinking and driving, then you get what you get. It's about taking accountability. Parking tickets, that's a huge thing. Say you're in a public street in the middle of town, and you have these parking meters. It's a money-making scheme. It has nothing to do with public safety. It has nothing to do with private property. It's a money-making scheme. You can put your little money in there if you want to, and contribute to your township or whatever it is to fund the board members' salaries, I guess, or the upkeep of the roads and the sidewalks and the trees and the flowers and whatever else it is. You can do that. Or you can choose not to. Go about your business, and then you come out and you have a ticket on your windshield. Big deal. Go home within 72 hours, syntax it, do forensics, create a correct sentence structure, communication, PARSE, syntax, grammar, document, contract, postal, vessel, court, venue, and send it back to them. Because that has nothing to do with public safety. Now, it's different if you park in a private parking lot. If you pull into a private parking space and it's clearly marked private, like maybe it's somebody's parking spot for their apartment, or a business, a private business, specifically for a restaurant or something, now you're trespassing. Unless you're going into that business, or unless you live in that apartment, or you are a guest of that apartment. But if you're parking in someone's parking spot that they're paying money for, and you park there so you can walk across the street to go get a pack of cigarettes or whatever, you're in the wrong. Correct sentence structure isn't going to help you in that regard. And I went to the whole toll road thing. Oh wait, but that was a members only video though. I guess I'll repeat it here. Toll roads are the same thing. If you choose to go on a toll road and then you want to get out of the fine, that is not correct. Because you chose to go on the toll road. You knew before going on the road that there was a toll. Because usually toll roads are clearly marked on GPS platforms, and on the road there's usually signs that says toll road ahead. You can choose to not use the toll road and go a different route. If you choose to use the toll road and then you don't pay it, you are reneging on your end of the contract because you chose to use that road. The only exception to that is if the toll road, if you're going to someone's house or something, and the toll road is the only route available to get to that location, then the people that put the toll on the road are in the wrong, because there has to be alternatives. There always has to be alternatives. Because then that's like a monopoly. It's not rule one, rule equal anymore. There always has to be options if there aren't. Because I did that once. So if you have a toll road ticket, and that toll road is the only route that you can use to get to a location, there are no other alternative routes, and you get that toll ticket, you can do forensics on it, syntax it, create your document, and send it back to them within 72 hours. Pretty much guarantee you'll be successful with it. It's all about the volition behind what you're doing. JSON, CSSU is a grammar tool that uses formulated syntax values to convey facts on a piece of paper, which the values, whether read forward or read backward, the syntax values always equal the same. Formulated syntax values. What's that mean, formulated syntax values? Forward or read backward, the syntax values always equal the same. Yes, meaning that the facts maintain the same value forwards as they do backwards. Like 1 plus 2 equals 3, 3 minus 2 equals 1. It works the same way with correct sentence structure. But there is a specific concatenation of positionals that maintain that mathematical interface. You have to know the correct sequencing. And you also have to know not to put particles of negation in your facts. You also have to know the correct positionals. You also have to know that the principle behind correct sentence structure is 1 and 1 is 1. One word, one meaning, one function, one congruency. Galaxy 13 user, would you mind giving me an example of what a simple correct sentence structure would be? As you write it, type it out in a comment. Just a very simple correct sentence structure claim. Like, for example, tell me that the sky is blue using correct sentence structure. I'm just curious to see what your knowledge level is based upon the adverb, verb, adjective, pronoun, plain English description you're giving me. I'm just curious. also, if you don't mind, sharing your correct name. Because I highly doubt Galaxy 13 user is your correct name. You know my correct name, I just ask the same consideration from you. If you want to. No big deal if you don't. I know that, you know, in this day and age, a lot of people are just shy or whatever, or feel weird about really putting themselves out there. They don't want to credential themselves for whatever reason. Which, if it's your volition to use quantum grammar and be successful with it at some point, you're going to have to get over that fear. Oh, you have to be able to step up. For this claim, its knowledge of the facts is with the claim of the courage, with the oite of the performer, with the volition by the claimant, period. I just said that it takes courage to perform using correct sentence structure. For the sky. So the sky is the cause of the claim. So if you were, since that's just the beginning piece of the sentence, for the sky, keep in mind that when that comes in at the end, it's going to have to be by the sky. So then the authority is the sky. So you're making a claim for the sky. If you are the one making the claim, which you are, then you would have to put it into your jurisdiction. Claims don't come from the sky. And that's what I mean by the psychology of correct sentence structure, communication, parse, syntax, grammar. You have to put it all within your jurisdiction. You have to be the authority of it. Let's see, when did I ask you that? 1801. What time is it now? 1804, so that's 3 minutes. $180 you've had to tell us that the sky is blue using correct sentence structure. So I'd have to say, just to let you off the hook a little bit, I'd have to say that you're probably a beginner at this. And I don't know if you're attending, I don't know who you are, if you're attending the seminar tomorrow, but if you aren't, tomorrow's seminar would have really been beneficial to you, because I'm going to show people how to create a correct sentence structure on the spot. Boom, boom, boom. Lickety split. Off the top of your head. Now keep in mind, not only does that come from study, but it also comes from using it, actually using it in real life scenarios. So it only comes from experience. But you got to start somewhere, right? Like, I could rattle off that the sky, I could tell you that the sky is blue in like 15 seconds or less. Top of the sentence. And I can do it verbally. Something like, for this claimant's knowledge of the facts is with this, witness claim of the sky with the color of the blue with the sensation by this claimant. Boom. That's how well you have to know correct sentence structure in order to be successful with it and in order to teach it to someone else. You have to know it like the back of your hand. I don't think people believe me when I say that. I think people have some kind of, I don't know, like mythological fairy tale idea of what correct sentence structure is, that it just magically appears out of nowhere, which is not the case. You have to know what the heck you're doing. You have to be able to perform on the spot. See, if someone has closure on the grammar, they would be able to translate something like, boom, lickety-split. For the facts, of the facts, or with the facts, of the facts, with the facts, by the facts. What are the 10 parts of speech? 0 conjunction, 1 adverb, 2 verb, 3 adjective, 4 pronoun, 5 positional, 6 loadial, 7 fact, 8 past tense, 9 future tense. You just rattle these things off. There's where it's all happening tomorrow. I'm going to be standing right in front of that board, dropping knowledge. It's going to be fun. Can't wait. Looking forward to it. And for those of you who can't attend, I will be making a video available later on down the line for a minimum donation gift of, let's see, maybe $66.06. Or no, $66.60. That's what the minimum donation gift will be for the video recording of the seminar. And I don't know if I'll do that through YouTube or just make a website where people can come on. And actually, that's probably what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to start putting up seminar videos. And maybe gradually amalgamate them into an actual course that people can come online and donate and get access to. So it's more of a classroom setting rather than, because some people find it overwhelming to have to teach themselves using the 800 or so videos I put up on my channel. Something like that. Although I do know a lot of people that have tried to put together courses and they just can't do it. It's very hard to do. I know people that are members of the Syntax Learning Center. Why they're still members, I have no idea what they're getting out of it. But I guess they paid money or keep paying money, so maybe they feel obligated to write it out or whatever. But once in a while they'll send me some of the syntax stuff they're teaching over there. And my goodness, my heart goes out to anyone who actually tries to use the bullshit they're teaching over there in a real life scenario. I really do. The syntax is horrible. Absolutely horrible. And the correct sentence structure is even worse. But, everybody has a choice. You want to be affiliated with those people? That's cool. That's up to you. No, thank you. All right. Tomorrow, webinar, 1,400 hours, Eastern Standard Now Space. How to create a correct sentence structure on the spot. I'll be sending you the link just about an hour before the scheduled time. If you have any issues, feel free to email me. I'll try to help you the best I can. I'm not the most computer savvy person. So that's why I suggested to you a couple days ago, make sure you do a couple practice runs on Zoom so that you know how to work it. Instead of just coming on all brand new. Know how to mute yourself, at least. Know how to turn your video on and off, at least. Definitely helps. All right, well, thanks for your participation, Galaxy 13 user, whoever you are or whoever you were. Thanks, people, for watching. And for those of you attending the seminar tomorrow, I will see you there. Oh, for the claimant's knowledge of the facts is with the blue color of the sky by the claimant. That is incorrect. First of all, and most importantly, the positional sequencing is incorrect, which voids the mathematical interface. And second of all, I see the word claimant in claimant's knowledge, and I see by the claimant, but I don't see the word claim anywhere in there, so I don't know what you're doing here. Are you claiming something? Because if you have the word claimant, then you must also have the word claim. Otherwise, you're asking the reader to make an assumption. So the positional sequencing is incorrect, simply because when you go to read it backwards, it says, for the claimant with the sky, which is not correct. Every correct sentence structure must be for the facts, of the facts, or with the facts, of the facts, with the facts, by the facts. It must always be for the, of the. That's why you cannot precede the authority by the with an of the. It must always be preceded by a with the. For the, of the verb, with the, of the, with the, by the. It's never of the, by the. And you would know that if you read the sentence backwards, just like 1 plus 2 equals 3, 3 minus 2 equals 1. So just like the example I gave, for the claimant's knowledge of the facts is with the witness claim of the sky with the color of the blue with the sensation by the claimant, period. That is the correct sentence structure. For, of, verb, with, of, with, by. So again, whoever you are, Galaxy 13 user, much honor and grace for you stepping up to the plate and making the effort. Good job on the effort. Hope I was able to help you with your structure. Again, the positional sequencing is incorrect, and you need to also include the word claim so that we know what you're claiming. Because as of now, can't really tell. So thank you very much. Appreciate it. You're going to be at the webinar tomorrow. I'll see you there. If not, I'll see you in the next video.